What's up, everybody? I'm Bopete, and today we cooking up with Taminko J. Kelley.
Hey.
So to get things started, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm here at Corner Records, man.
Yes.
You know, so that's a plus.
Yes, most definitely. So for the people that don't know you or has seen some of your work, but are trying to get familiar with you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am a serial entrepreneur. I have a business incubator. It's called Cookin Studios. And in the business incubator, I rent out office space for small entrepreneurs. Also, I do brand development, training and development, all geared around entrepreneurship. I came from a world of corporate America, human resources, benefits, and all that. Mm-hmm. So I took that and turned it into entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So that entrepreneurs can be ready for the marketplace. Also, I do publishing. So that's my baby. Mm-hmm. Publishing. I do full service publishing, illustration, all that good stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Which one started first? Like, which one did you do first? Did you do the publishing first? Did you do the Did you open up the studio?
So let me back up then. I'm a retired hairstylist.
Okay.
So literally it started with the hairstyling. Mm-hmm. I never wanted to be a hairstylist. I lost my job back in 2012. I asked the Lord, what you gonna do with me? You know? And I had to go back to what I knew from back in the day. So I started doing hair. I didn't even think I was that good. I really didn't. Mm. And then because I never went to school for it. Mm-hmm. So I went and I was under the tutelage of Edith Moon, who is in Alexander City. And she, long story short, she allowed me to come in and train under her. Mm-hmm. And she taught me a lot of stuff, how to cut. And like literally, Noah, it took off. I mean, I would have 17 people in a day.
Wow.
Hair clients.
Wow.
People like
That's incredible.
Yes. But the reason why they stayed for that because of the customer service. I had impeccable customer service. Every girl was the number one girl in my chair.
Yes.
And they didn't mind waiting. They didn't. I always come through and ask them, is there anything I can do for you? You need help with anything? Can I offer you this? I did not sell water. Mm-hmm. You're not going to come to my place and buy water. You think I'm serving you. So anyway, so that happened. I decided I wanted to inch out of the hair world. Mm-hmm. And before I did that, I was asked to edit a book. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that ended up with the editing. I said, okay, I'm doing editing. Maybe I should try my hand and make this a profession because I was good at it. Mm. So then that's when Cookin Studios came. That happened from home.
Wow.
Yes.
So what was it that so did you get your license and everything? Like once you started picking up more clients and stuff like that?
Yeah, so actually I was in a program where you can just get your license underneath that. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have the education behind it. So I ended up having to go to school. Okay, gotcha. So I went to Dreamer School of Cosmetology where I learned all of that. And then you get your license for that. You have to go to state board. You have to take all of that. Mm-hmm. But I decided I don't want to do hair anymore. So I did all of that and didn't want to do hair anymore.
So why didn't you, so was it that you didn't like to do hair or you just kind of felt like,
I'm multi-talented. And I felt like I was in a box.
Boxed in, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to do hair when I wanted to do hair. And the reason why, it had nothing to do with the clients, but I also felt like I was on a rigorous schedule. I felt like I was working for somebody. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I was working for the clients, but if I said it'd be at 6 o'clock, I had to be there at 6 o'clock. Mm-hmm. If I had to wait until the last client was done, I have to wait. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed so much stuff, just trying to get those coins. Yeah. And it became tiring. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't think about the flip side. They see the money, they see the pretty hair, but we standing behind the chair greasing, chemicals and everything, all of that, and then of course, with hair, you intake so much from the client because they trust you. Yeah. You have to be in a good spirit because you're touching their hair, So I'm big.
That's like how you feel.
That's how you feel, right? And that stuff transfers. Mm-hmm. So I made sure that I was in a good spirit. And I didn't think it was fair to them after so long that I would stay doing it. One, just to satisfy them. And then two, just for the money. Because even though I was satisfying the client, I'm still miserable.
Yeah. So what about the publishing? Like how did all that start?
So the publishing. Publishing took off again. James and Natasha Roach out of Jackson, Mississippi. They're James and Natasha King now, out of Jackson, Mississippi. And I went to speak at a program and they asked me to edit their book. I was just telling them my background, my story, and that was my first shot at editing their published work. They allowed me to write their foreword in their book. The book took off.
Wow.
Yes, it did. It did. They recently just republished with another cover and everything. Then after that, I said, let me try my hand at, because I was always an artsy girl. I always knew how to draw. So I tried my hand at book covers. Took off. Every time I wanted to stop publishing, every time somebody would say, hey, don't you publish books? Yeah. I mean, the day before, I would say, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. And then as soon as somebody would say, hey, can you publish a book for me? I'm like, dang.
It's almost like it's God sent.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like it's God sent.
And at first I tried to say, oh, that's the devil. That's the devil. He's trying to make me come from out of where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. You know, but it wasn't. It was God letting me know that was going to be a great market for me.
Yeah. Why did you want to give it up? Was there any challenges that you faced?
Well, you're dealing with the public. So you deal with a lot of things. You deal with people that have the dream, but possibly they can't pay for the dream, so you have to deal with all of that. And then just the fact that it was going a little slow, but because I didn't push it. And I was like, nobody's going to, again, this was early years, I've been in business 10 years, so this was early on. I'm like, this is not going to happen, I'm just going to give it up. And I said, I'm not pushing it. That's the reason why. And then every day, like I said, when I was deciding that I wanted to give it up, he would just send somebody else. Every time. Now, meanwhile, Cool Bird Studios, which is the parent company, Cool Bird Studios was doing writing grants for people. I had a contract with Boys and Girls Club. I was doing other administration stuff, creating workbooks, creating things like that, things I did in the corporate world. And then I decided, you know what, I want an incubator. I've always been exposed to an incubator. I used to live in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. And that was when I got my first touch at incubating. There was this company called Fresh Ministries, and they had this big place, maybe the size of your place, and just different offices. Wow. And they helped new entrepreneurs from beginning to end. Wow. Beginning to end. And so when I moved to Goodwater, Alabama, I initiated, just tried to initiate it, but they couldn't see what I was saying. Some girl coming from Jackson, Mississippi, Florida, coming into a small town. What is she talking about? And what I wanted to do is take the school and turn it into an incubator so that the small businesses can be housed there. Right. Meanwhile, they can work on downtown. Right. That all makes sense. Yeah. And then the money that they would pay, that could be contributed toward, but they couldn't see that. But that's okay. I just said, okay. So I would say about, I've been in my place now 2 years. So 8 years later, I was afforded opportunity to have what I have. And I called it the incubator, the business center. And I knew it had enough rooms in there for me to, open up the space for 2 or 3 entrepreneurs. And I have workshops and classes. The main thing for me is with I love entrepreneurship because I know in corporate America, one day they came in and just let me go. Man, that was it. They told me if they needed to, they escorted me out with the police. Yeah. I said, dang, you just tell me to leave. I'm out, And I'll never forget that day. So at that point, I realized I never, ever wanted to have my fate in the palm of somebody's hand. Yes. Never. I will never do that again. So I really haven't worked for anybody. If I took a job, it was because it was going to be beneficial to what I was doing. Right, or what you was trying to do. Or what I was trying to do. I didn't take another job. Yeah. I did not. And I haven't worked for anybody for 10 years. Wow. So that's why I say you've got to have the grit. You've got to be able to take those blows because every day is not a good day. Right. You will get sometimes where you make a $5,000 day. You be like, okay. Yeah. You're in the game. This is good. Then some days you don't do anything. So, but that comes with time. And then as you grow, you learn to connect and you learn to set up retainers. So you can get paid every month. Yeah. So. Save that money because it'll save you. Yes, it will. Most definitely. Yeah. So what is the I heard a lot of topics in there, and I kind of want to touch on a few things. Yeah. Let's start with, what was the process of securing the deal with your incubator? How did you secure that deal? Because a lot of times, you have entrepreneurs out here that don't know how to get an incubator or a building or something like that. So what was that process like for you? So I build my business on the foundation of faith.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a believer. I don't knock anybody who does not believe like me because I still think you do business with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
However, because my business was built on that base, literally, Noah, the night before, I said, God, I think I'm ready for a space.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if this is in your will, then tomorrow you show me. I went in Alexander City and I was looking for a place. The first place I went to, the guy was very mean. He was very rude.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm from the hood, so, I wanted to, you can be cordial. I wanted to clap back, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept going. I said, okay, Lord, you gotta show me. I was 3 minutes down the street and I could hear look over. There was a for lease sign in the window.
I felt chills, y'all.
It was for lease sign. I mean, just that quick.
Yes.
I just looked over and I was like, the building had been vacant for 6 months.
Wow.
Yes. Called the owner. He said he'd come by to look. Nice little elderly couple.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing she had in the building was her thing. She was just using it for storage.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
She just had her old storage in
Wow.
there. And so he talked to his wife and they called me. She said she had a conversation with me. She said, you know what? I'm not going to do any background check. I'm not going to do any credit check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let you go ahead and get it.
Yep.
I kept the building for 6 months before I announced anything. It was orange and green with all the dirty carpet. It was rough. So my husband would say, I was here, my birthday is coming up. I said, I don't want nothing. I didn't want my nails done. I didn't want my toes done. I already do my own hair. So I didn't want anything. I didn't shop. I didn't do no clothes, nothing. I was doing hair at the time. I was doing hair at the time from my house because I had to go back. I was doing hair at the house. I was wearing the same not New Balance. Was it New Balance? Yeah, I was wearing the same tennis shoes over and over. They're like, is she doing hair?
Yeah.
And she still, I wasn't looking like the other jazzy hair women because I was doing something.
Right.
And
you was working towards something.
I was working towards something. I could have did certain things, but I didn't. We got paint, and more paint. Yeah. We got flooring, and I literally painted the whole building. We laid the floors down, and it was just totally different. My daughter was in there, hand paint letters, so everything in the building was literally hand painted. Like you did. It's a story behind everything in there. Yeah. And that makes me appreciate it more.
Exactly.
You hear what I'm saying? Man. And how it came. So now I'm jumping from working from home for 8 years. That's safe. Yeah. You safe. You working from home. So you ain't worried about the lights getting cut off. Right. You're not worried about if somebody don't come to the appointment. Because that's home. That's one place. But now I'm over in a brick and mortar. And now I got to pay these bills. Yeah. So are they going to come or are they not? Now, when I first moved in, I started doing hair when I first moved in the building. But I didn't want to see hair all over the floor. I'm like, just give it to me. I don't want hair all over the floor.
Because it's something that you done put so much time and effort into.
I mean, hair is hard getting hair up, And I love the fact that the women would come in there. And y'all, promise you out there, it ain't nothing personal. I'm just being real. You just my side of the story, right? So, and I didn't like the hair. Then, we do a color. Color was popping on the wall. So every time I was talking, I'm like, God dang, color on the wall. I got to go repaint that, So anyway, that was going on. One day I decided I got to cut it off. I got to just go ahead and go for what I want. So now I'm really jumping to uncertainty. If you're going to boss up, if you're trying to get to the next level, you got to go to uncertainty. You do not know. You don't know. But if you stay grounded in the safe place, you're not going to go to your next. So... It's true. It's true.
If you stay in your comfort zone, you ain't going to elevate. You have to be uncomfortable in order to elevate. Make sure y'all rewind that, double tap on your screen and play that again.
You got to trust. Every day, I had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. A lot of stuff. And it reminds you, I have a son that's in college. I have 2 kids that were in junior high. I have a grown son. So we got all this going on. I got my things going on. My husband experienced some things. Nobody knowing what's going on with Taminko, but I kept showing up. Yes. I kept showing up.
You got to.
I kept showing up. Yeah. Nobody knew what was going on unless they was in my close circle and I was confiding in them. Right. So on the outer layer, it'll look, she just She ain't never upset. She don't nothing ever fail.
Yeah, got it going on.
No, I said, I'd be like, come on, let go.
Yeah.
Let go.
Yeah.
That's how I get up. And it's no front. It is what it is.
It is, yeah.
You know, it was like, ain't no plan. Like I always say, there is no plan B.
Man.
You know, plan A will be revised, but there is no plan B.
That's it.
So anyways, that ended up happening. I faced the crowd. I faced them. They was so mad at me. I said, you guys, I can't do it no more. I was torn in the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so torn. I was doing hair, renting out the classroom. I have a classroom in the incubator. So one of the incubators was having a class. It broke my heart not to be able to go in there, video her while she's having a class, be her hype girl while she's in there. Meanwhile, I'm up in here relaxing hair. I felt like I was at work. I felt like somebody still had that power over me, that I had to move when they move or whatever. So they didn't quite understand. A few understood what I was doing. Majority didn't understand me leaving the hair world. In turn, they got a little, you know, some of them don't even holler at me now.
Yeah, but that's you following your passion. That's not where your heart is.
And see, a lot of people do that. They people pleasers. So they risk a possibility of forever on a temporary fix with people who don't really care. They just want what they can get
from you.
Yes.
Wow.
Do you hear me? Because the minute I decide, I'm like, it hurt me. This is very important that I'm saying this because it goes so deep. Because you do, when you do stuff, even somebody working at a factory, they're doing it for so long and they want to leave, but because they are afraid to leave what they know, you understand? Those people will replace them the second day. And then you inside your spirit, you're toiling, debating on, should I leave? Should I not? Should I leave? Should I not? So for me, it was like, should I stop doing hair? What this person gonna say? I had told her I always do her hair. What is this? So I had those ties that I had to break. I had to break. And I had to deal with how they felt. But at the same time, I had to think, okay, what's more important? How they felt, what I look like to them, or how I feel. I'm the Beyonce of this group. So I'm going to go ahead and do like a Beyonce and do what I got to do. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yes, because you doing this for you.
I'm doing it for me.
You doing this for you. Like, that's almost like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like being a slave to the system.
Do you hear me?
Like,
and the money is nonstop. I raised the prices up because I was just keeping up with inflation. Don't get me wrong, after 2020. They didn't care. They would pay. They would pay. I never had a problem with clientele. Right. Never. If I posted a picture today, I still get people now calling for it. I can't do it. But I had to be true to myself. I had to not be a slave to the money because that's a trick. People can work these jobs and work these 12, 14-hour shifts and make this money miserable. Miserable. Want to start a baking business, can't. Want to start a t-shirt business, can't. Because you're too comfortable. I live on the edge. I'm going to take that chance. What else I got to lose?
That's so deep.
What meaningful. Else? Yeah.
It's very meaningful. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize that's why they want you as comfortable as you can be. Yes. They want you to be comfortable. Yes. Like... I don't want to be in a place where they say, we're going to give you a raise, to raise $1. I can sell a book. I can write a book and sell that book. I can write somebody a contract or write somebody a proposal and make that. We let people just deplenish us. And with so much, God created so much on the inside of us. But people just keep pushing it down, I was just listening at a video this morning. He was like, the difference between the greatness of somebody else, people like myself and you that execute, is the execution process. Somebody could run circles around me and you know it. We know there are people that's well versed, better than you and I, but they're not where we are mentally, spiritually, and doing what we're doing because they didn't want to do the extra. We do the extra. Yeah. And that's why I wake up every day hungry. Yes. Because I know it's somebody out there that want what I got or that's trying to achieve the same thing that I got. And if I wake up pressing snooze or if I wake up not on my stuff, your spot that you aiming for could be gone.
I don't, when they were going to, even with, like we were talking about yesterday, this sacrifices. I miss games. Mm-hmm. I miss that because I had to get a client's product out. Mm-hmm. And now I'm learning to contract out certain things, mm-hmm. But that comes with time. Yeah. That comes with knowing how to negotiate mm-hmm. your contract so that you can pay your contractor, mm-hmm. But there were times I missed games. There were times I'm up, and I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating. I'd be up 3 days, no mm-hmm. sleep. Yeah. You feel me? Mm-hmm. 3 days, no sleep. Paper. I had a home office, so the paper full of bought up sheets of paper. Mm-hmm. I bought up, started. My kids wake up in the morning for school. They do a hopscotch over snowballs of paper. Yeah. The grind didn't stop. Mm-hmm. They didn't stop. I mean, it was, you got to be it. Like, you got to mm-hmm. become one with what you're trying to do. And that's another thing mm-hmm. too about the how people get sometimes trapped in those environments to where they feel like they can't escape and chase their dreams. Exactly. It's like not everybody is meant to be on the other side of the matrix. Correct. You see what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is, because it takes you have to be self-disciplined. Yes. You have to be driven. Yes. You have to be motivated. And not everybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? Every time you go up, it gets more narrow mm-hmm. because the competition base is not as wide as it was, because you'll see everybody like, they're not better than me after all, because they're not consistent. Mm-hmm. It starts trickling down, mm-hmm. and you're like, okay. And then for a long time, because I'm a multi-talented person, it was hard for me to say that out loud.
Yes. Because people, I don't know why, but people put shame on it. Yes. People put shame on having, different talents because they feel like you won't be great at one. Yes. But it's like, if you blessed and if you gifted and if you talented, and like how we were saying, like some days you're just because that they see you doing hair don't mean that you ain't over here writing books.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. They'll be on the dryer or got some conditioner in their hair. Mm-hmm. I'll be going back checking my email, answering back, or what did you mean right here in paragraph 2? Exactly. You hear what I'm saying? Exactly. Or like, even I have a love for painting. I do. So I love painting accent walls. And so I'm like, I'll get down there. I got on tights and the shirt, hat, paint everywhere. But I like that. I'm not a boring person, so I don't like doing just one thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm not supposed to, because he created me to do so many different things. Right. And like you said, they'll think, first it started out like this. First it popped off. She don't know what she want to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I was doing hair. Because I was writing books, because I was painting. I'm like, baby, it's many layers to this.
That's it.
You stay back. You stay and watch. You're going to see all this stuff unfold. Yep. But I had to get comfortable with saying, Taminko, you are blessed. Right. Taminko, your hands are blessed. Mm-hmm. Do you hear me? Yes. Without someone making it feel like I think I'm more than, Yeah. And now I walk and I show up like I'm supposed to show up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this something you ain't even never mentioned, but you do graphic design, don't you? I do graphic design. You do graphic design, photography. And you're amazing at all of that too. And I do the videos. Everything. So it's like, it's you are a creator, mm-hmm. you are an artist. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And people that I look at, people that has multi-talented. Yeah. They are artists and creators. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And we sound a lot of stuff out.
Yes, you have to.
We sound a lot of stuff out. Like, a few people can be going through this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And I never let that get to me. Like, mm-hmm. When I was younger, let me back it up a little bit. So my tough skin came when I was 5 years old. I seen my mom get shot. Mm. Kindergarten. It was kindergarten, and it was around Christmas time. The Christmas show at the school before you get ready to get out, and the kids doing the little reindeer songs. That my dad shot my mom with a rifle. My mom is here sitting on the bed. My daddy is here, and I'm sitting right here. 5 years old. You feel me? So that alone could have been trauma that stunted me, because I could have lost my mom. She made it. They even stayed together, but she grew up. I'm saying this because so many people claim they have so many crutches that stop them and so many barriers, but I don't be wanting to hear that.
Excuses.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear that, because you wouldn't believe it. I've mm-hmm. gone through a whole lot of stuff, mm-hmm. But to see that, and I grew up an only child. Mm-hmm. So, and I had to go live with my aunts that I really didn't know for real. And they had another lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? So I had to adapt to that at 5 years old. So anyway, I'm coming back home. Life happens. I'm going through all these other things. I was, my teacher, my 4th grade teacher, tried to take me from my mom because I was living in different living conditions that was not favorable. You know, I knew my mom loved me, but we were doing bad. We were doing bad. You know, Vernon Addition, Jason, Mississippi. My classmates never knew all of this was going on. So she tried to get me from my mom. I stayed with her for a little while. My mom got back on her feet and got me back. This stuff people don't know. So later on, fast forward, I got accepted into an art school. You know, they had like this thing called a APAC where you could submit you can be a dancer, writer, or, you know, whatever. So I submitted my drawings. I got accepted into APAC. But because I didn't know the value of that, and because my mom didn't know the value of that, I wanted to go to pep rallies. So I stopped. And she didn't make me keep going. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I lost that opportunity. I could have been in Juilliard.
Yeah.
But I because I got accepted. Sometimes you have to go through all these processes. They accepted me right away. So I got accepted to the art school, went for a couple of weeks, and because I wanted to go to pep rallies, y'all, and have fun, I missed out. But I didn't have anybody, no mentor out there to tell me, no, that's not what you do. You do this. You stay the course. Result, teen pregnancy. You understand? After teen pregnancy, now here I am. I'm telling this stuff because it doesn't belong to me anymore. People got to know that the grind don't stop because you got these sad stories.
Exactly.
You got to numb yourself. So I learned to numb myself. Now, therapists will say that's not healthy. But I have my faith. I don't have time to be sitting around here thinking, oh God.
And then also too, you're expressing, you know, what you've been through through your work.
Through my work.
That's meditation alone.
Meditation. And so I had that to follow. So I would go and write. I would go and draw. I would go and paint. I would go and write poetry, spoken word. I've done spoken word in Florida. You know, the Renaissance woman. You hear me?
Yeah. And I love spoken word.
Yes. So I've done a lot in my lifetime. My husband said, "Girl, you everything can do." So, anyways, like I said, I experienced a teen pregnancy. I experienced where the father was no good at the teen pregnancy thing. And I won't bash him because he's not here to protect himself. I'm just telling you my experience.
Your story.
But I had to even overcome that. I never talked about the fathers to my sons. This is before I had my 2 other kids. I never talked bad about them. I didn't, because I wasn't talking bad with them while I was with them. So why I'm going to bash?
No.
Or what now? You know, I let them figure it out on their own. So with my my middle son, you know, he product of a married man. I'm telling you guys this for a reason, that life is real. And we make choices that are not necessarily the right choices. But then you got to go back, you got to fix this thing, and you got to keep going. You don't have to be, you know, just laying down waddling in your mistakes. You can just get up. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyways, I made peace with that. His wife and I, we're good. Got this whole Will Smith thing going on where everybody are happy. You know what I'm saying? But I was young. I made foolish decisions. Anyways, fast forward on. I'm having to make grown-up decisions. And you still have all these things that are the odds that are against you. You still see these people roll up. I used to work at the fast food, and I would look at these women, man, they'd come in there suited up, driving real good. And I was like, dang, how you do that? I kid you not, I used to walk up to people and ask them, what do you do?
Yep.
What do you do? I remember when I started doing motivational speaking, I went to the school. The first time I went to elementary school, I had my papers wrote out on paper what I wanted to talk about. That lady looked at my paper. She said, "Baby, you're going to go type this."
Well,
I was so crushed.
Yeah.
She didn't even read it.
Dang.
It don't matter. You got to catch up because I didn't go to college till late. You know. So anyway, got all that together, messed around, got my master's degree when I was 26. Didn't go to college. Started college at 26 and got my master's degree by the time I was 30. All of that to say, quit being weak.
That's it.
Toughen up.
Wow.
Numb it.
Yes.
And keep moving. Because there are people out here that is waiting on the gift. Just like now, I saw you, I followed you. Soon as I met you, as soon as I saw your work on social media, that's what attracted me, your work, the ambition. And I said, wow, like I said the other day, stuff is crystal clear. And he's consistent. So then I was like, I would not mind working with him. Here we are now, a year later. Look at us.
Still locked in.
You see?
Still locked in, yep.
So that you can speak things, and if you have a desire for it, then you can go for it. You just got to know what you want. See, a lot of people don't know what they want.
Yeah. Or a lot of people want it to just be fall in my lap. I'm gonna sit at home and chill. I'm gonna just let it fall from the sky.
I had a Bloom program where it was $500 to come to the Bloom program, and it's like a fast track, 30 days. We're gonna do everything from start to finish for entrepreneurship. People would pay and would not show up.
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely.
In the world? Or they get in there and half do it, or they'll come to the
They see what it takes.
Yes. We're not here to chat.
Man.
It's not that. So and even with that, because it's my heart, that hurt. Even though I got the money, but I really wanted to see you succeed. You know what I mean?
That's how I am with artists that I come and record. That come record with me and stuff like that. I be feeling the same way. Like they come in, we make the songs and stuff and put them out. I want the song to do great.
I want it to do great.
That's what I'm saying. Like I share it and everything.
Yes. Somehow they lose the fizzle. It stops sizzling on the inside, and they are in love with the image of it.
What is the name entrepreneur or CEO? They that's what they want. They want that title without putting that work in.
It don't work like that.
It never work like that.
No,
it won't work like that.
No.
You gotta fall in love with it.
You gotta fall in love with it. And I wake up and I fall in love with it. I fall in love with it. I have to make sure that I show up.
Yes.
For me. Then my circle started changing, and a young lady in Tuscaloosa, I started getting clients like literally from California, New York. None of my clients really are from around here.
Yeah.
And most of them, I would say 80% of them, telling you this, you can grow where you plant it, okay? I live in Goodwater, Alabama. Everybody out there know Goodwater, Alabama is the underdog, okay? Yeah. I'm talking about I came from the hood.
Yeah.
Got with my husband. We migrated with to Florida, experienced the good life, had to come back to Alabama to a small town. And half of my clients, like I said, majority of my clients are not from here. But because you have to make your business attractive looking, you don't really have to market your business. You just have to look attractive to the market.
Quality.
Yes.
Quality.
Yes.
Yes.
A young lady don't go around just saying, a woman of class or a young lady of class don't go around just saying, you want to be my man? You want to be my man? Nah, the man looks, that's quality, that's class. And that's the same. He didn't proceed. That's the same way with your business. You got it. That's the same way.
Ooh, don't cut no corners.
No.
Don't cut no corners.
Don't cut no corners.
Ooh.
I can't stand cut corners.
Man, I can't either.
Oh my God.
Everything you do, you got to do it with pride. Like you got to do it like. Whatever I do, I feel like I'm investing into me. Like even if I'm parking my car, or even if I'm waking up in the morning, whatever I do, I'm feeling like I'm doing it with pride. Pride and dignity, and knowing that I can't half step. Because if I half step on this, what if I half step on this later or that later, and then now it's starting to trickle. Everything I done worked and built up starts to trickle down.
It's gonna trickle down. The Word of God says, "A little leaven leavens the lump." One little mistake can cause everything to come crumbling down just because you didn't do it right the first time. That's the reason why I started the Bloom program, so they can have an effective foundation. Because a lot of people jump into business, they don't have the foundation, Noah. They do not have the foundation. After 2020 hit, everybody went and got LLCs.
They sure did. ALCs and PPPs.
LLCs and PPPs.
For real. For real. Sure.
They did. They did. But at the same time, everything, as you can see, a lot of them just faltered. They just faltered.
Yeah.
And you can have and then, okay, so the thing about, let's just say t-shirt business. Somebody have a t-shirt business. One person say you got a t-shirt business. Everybody else say, okay, we're going to do the same thing. But instead of doing that, specialize in something specific. Like if you're gonna do t-shirts, then specialize in a specific phrase or catch symbol on the darn thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't just do everything.
Or have the product. Like whenever people come to you,
have the product.
This is a business tip 101.
Come on here.
Whenever somebody hits you up, respond right then and there, almost immediately. Because if you don't, the time it takes from them to give you the money or from them to place the order for them to give you the money, all of that is time to where they can make up their mind. Okay, if I want to do it, if I don't want to do it. You don't want to spend, you want that gap to close and you want it to be as small as possible. So whenever somebody hits you up, hey, how are you doing? And customer service, like you said. Customer service is going to be your number one thing. So customer service, hey, how you doing? Okay, I'm trying to do this. Okay, well, we can do this. Well, when are you available? Okay, I'm available this day, that day. Okay, well, I want to go ahead and do it on this day. Okay, I'm locking you in. What's your name, number, and email?
Exactly.
And then that can happen within 2-3 minutes. You don't want it to be like, somebody hit me up 30 minutes later.
I get them back. I'm eating right now. I get them back. No,
you got to answer, respond, or at least if you can, try to respond right then. You know, I know every client you won't be able to get like that, but.
Yeah, majority of the time you can't hit them right back. Professionalism goes a long way.
Yes.
Because, again, the same entrepreneurs or small business owners will go and give 130% on their clock-in job and will tell it on their baby.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying if you can help it, because some people are at a job where they can't be on their phones.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother market that you missing out on.
Yes, but I won't take that either, because that's why you got email. And then that's when you set your business up. You need to set up and say, these are your office hours or these are the response times.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? True. And then even with social media, a lot of people think we be on social media all the time. They have scheduled posts.
Yep.
So you can schedule your post. You can pay your daughter or somebody
that you know to answer
answer the questions. You know what I mean? Oh, you on your break? You go to the bathroom, answer the question. So I don't want to hear that.
That's it.
You got to make a way. I've done that. I've done things.
That's true.
So it's still customer service, quality, pushing out professional things, making sure that you have the product. All of that is very important. Do not rush through everything. And so another big thing is, let's say for instance, you're trying to, for me, I try to make sure people go for the bigger numbers. So instead of selling one shirt, I say, see how many you can sell in bulk. Go somewhere and see if that person would like to buy bulk of the shirt. So if you're presenting something to a client, then ask them if they say, well, no, $650 may be too steep. What would it take for us? What can you afford? You got to do the same tactics that the salesmen do on you. When they say, you go look at that computer and they at Best Buy and they tell you this, that, and the third. So most of them say, what can you do today? So you got to make sure you don't lose them. And then follow back up with them. A lot of people don't follow back up.
Oh, that's very important. Follow back up is very important. Because whenever you check your email, you may see Walmart, Best Buy. But you do.
Yes.
And they doing the same thing that we're telling y'all to do.
Thing.
Yeah.
So you got the script does not have to be rewritten. It just has to be implemented to your standard.
Ooh. We giving them game.
We giving them game.
Y'all,
it's the Bloom Coach. You got the Bloom Coach.
Man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Yes. If this is helping y'all.
Yes, you guys. Listen, let me tell you something. Customer service goes a long way. Referral, you can post all day on social media, but a referral, old school referrals, they stick. Because word of mouth can cancel you out. It doesn't take but 2 or 3 people, 2 or 3 heavy hitters to ruin you.
Well, I'm talking about in a good way. Like,
they can make you or break you. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, mainly it's the word of mouth. If you do a good service and they like, man, I felt, shoot, you need to check them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's
the other ones that's talking that nonsense. They just.
But here's the thing with that, Noah. Here's the thing with that. If they're talking nonsense and your work match the nonsense they're talking about.
Well, then you're in a different ball game. Yeah, then you're in a different ball
but
game.
But if your work speaks for itself and they talking that nonsense.
Then they're going to say, wait a minute, somebody lying. For real.
Yes.
So with that being said, like what all, like, is there any services that you are offering right now?
Yes. So right now I'm offering publishing, full-time publishing. I'm running a 100 books published in 2023 campaign where if you want to write your story, get grandma recipes out of those index cards and put them in the book. Or if you want to just tell a mystery story or something funny or write a children's book, I'm pushing that. To get started, it's $150 just to start the publishing process. I also offer payment plans within that publishing process. I also offer coaching, group coaching. So I don't do individual coaching anymore. I do group and organizational coaching. So if you have a group and everybody has lost their momentum, they lost their mojo, they're not in line with the mission, then Firecracker gonna come right on in to make sure that everybody is intact and online and ready to meet those goals. I also have goal developing classes. I have a brand development class coming up in November. It's called The Adventures of Building Your Brand, because that's another thing. A lot of people, you get the LLC, you start the business, you push the product, but the foundation and the brand, the business is a whole personality. And you want to build the business, so if one day you had to sell it, that it's sellable. You know what I mean? Right. So you want to make sure when you're doing things, you're doing it to the T, you know. So you want to make sure everything's organized. So I teach all of that. So I hope you guys can reach me at www.coolbirdstudios.com. You can Google my name. You can Google Coolbird. I'm going to pop up. With love from Taminko on Instagram. So I'm all over the place.
Yes, that's amazing. And I will be getting with you to do my book. I will be getting with you to do my book. So yeah,
because we're gonna be in here doing audio books.
Oh, we just dropped some. Did we just drop some juice?
We just dropped some juice.
Well, audio books, y'all.
We're coming.
Taminko J. Kelley.
Yes.
Audio books. Yo, we working. Yes. So with that being said, I appreciate you for coming through.
No, thank you for inviting me.
You know, this was impactful to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I really felt that, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole story, everything, I felt that. Like I almost got emotional over here.
Doggone it. I'm telling you now. When y'all be like, come on up.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey man.
It's real. It's real. But, and I hope it just inspires you. Keep going.
Man, like, you know, I can relate so much. You know what I'm saying? Like even from like whenever you said like you was looking for your building, my process was literally the same way.
Are you serious?
It was literally the same way. Like I went to a few other people, and one person was like, "Yeah, we gonna let them get it." Then it was like, "Well, I don't wanna rent it out, or I don't wanna sell it or anything." Then I went to another building, and they was like, "Oh, well, somebody just did it." And I was riding around my brother, and I said, "Look." I said, whip around in here, and it's everything you told me, even from the pain. Like I've been through so much to where it's like it forces me to go hard. I ain't got no choice.
I don't have no choice.
Because if I don't, then like I would literally like I would not exist. Nobody would even know who I am.
No,
if I let it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm such a giver. I've given. You know, and I have to learn. Hold up. You know, just hold up for a minute and get everything established how you want it.
Right.
You know, get things in place.
Right.
You know?
And then I could tell that you care about you care about others, and you care about you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that right there goes a long way. You are definitely gonna be blessed. You are going to go where you see yourself in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about the other day, like the Rolls Royce and this and that and the third.
Because I got that picture. I'm going to have to show it to you. Yeah. That thing looked nice.
Yeah. So,
I keep it on my phone so I can look at it.
Yes. And you are going to be there. You know what I'm saying? We both are. We're going to be there. But the main thing is that we got to keep on driving, keep on, you know, digging in that grid and keep on going.
And keep going.
You know what I'm saying? So I really did enjoy this. Right. I really did enjoy it. This is very motivational.
I'm really feeling the audio book. Now we're going to push that out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Definitely. So if y'all want to do an audio book with us, make sure y'all tap in and we're going to lock y'all in.
Yes.
So with that being said, y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get it. We out.